What up, Bound Gang? It's your boy El Huesos. Can I get a woof woof? Or can I get a bound in the mountain? We reacting to the largest prison inside of Texas. We reacting to the largest prison in Texas. Let's do this.
Welcome to the largest prison in Texas, Coffield.
Coffield, man.
Hello, fellas. How you guys doing today?
I'm the very first person convicted for murder off of social media.
You step up in an environment like this, it's like walking through an invisible landmine field. Gotta be careful how you walk.
Me and my partners went to his side of town, and we ended up jumping on his partners. That was the birth of the beef.
The Coffield Unit. It's a name.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy how it takes prison for one person to learn exactly how life works, man. It's sad. Some people really don't have good role models. Some people just live in an environment where they don't see a way out of their own environment. Like, man, that thing is crazy, bro. Imagine just on the other side of town, another person thinks a whole completely way of you, man. Like if you go to China, they're gonna be dressed different. Their culture's different. You don't hear, you know what I'm saying? Like everything's different in other countries and other states. Man, it's crazy, bro. All praise to Jesus Christ, man. All praise to Jesus Christ.
That new arrivals to the prison fear. For decades, it's carried a reputation as a brutal and unpredictable place. Located in Tennessee Colony and home to over 4,000 men, it is the largest prison in Texas. In cell walls, tensions can run high. There's racial conflict, gang rivalries, power struggles, and stabbings. Offenders here have taken lives, done armed robberies, and the most violent crimes you can imagine. Folks, this is a brutal place to be incarcerated. Like most prisons in Texas, it is without air conditioning, and here both inmates and staff suffer through temperatures that can reach over 110 degrees. So at work here are innovative programs that the Texas Department of Criminal Justice is piloting in an effort to rehabilitate these men so they can one day be well integrated back into society. The man that takes us into the Coffield unit goes by Sambo. At one point, Sambo was a gang leader for one of the most powerful gangs in Texas. Of the 30 years he served in prison, 10 of them were in the Coffield unit. He was once a man that had no regard for human life. But now, a changed man, he has dedicated his life to helping others break the cycle of violence and live a life built on purpose and positivity. Today, he brings us into the Coffield unit to show us what he and the men have been working on. Join us now where no camera has gone before. Life is a mission, an adventure, a journey, and to those bold enough to dream and take action, treasure awaits them. So for the renegades, the outlaws, and the risk takers, this one's for you. This is the Underworld Collection, available only at TommyGMcGee.com.
Dog, what the? I need premium.
We left Dallas early this morning. We took a lonesome highway road to Tennessee Colony, Texas. We're going to be visiting the largest prison in Texas. The United States locks up more people than anywhere on earth by far. We lock up about 1% of our entire population of our country, which is a wild statistic. There are people here that haven't seen light of day as a free man for 10, 15, 20 plus years. And I'm eager to learn their stories, hear their experiences, and see how they deal with the concept of living in a cage for a good portion of their life. This, folks, will be unprecedented access to the Coffield unit in Tennessee Colony, Texas.
Freedom members. Big hi.
How are you? How you doing, brother?
How y'all doing?
Hey, God bless you guys,
God
man.
bless y'all. Tommy G.
Nice to meet you guys, man.
You know about me? Yeah, I'm the one I'm Semmel's boy, man.
Man, how are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. Give the people the lay of the land. What's happening here?
Okay. So this is the
That's the thing I like about people that's done hard time, people that's had a struggle to life, bro. They're always the most respectful persons. And the ones that aren't, bro, just pieces of shits and they'll just get knocked down either way, bro. Like, no matter what, life hands you lemons, bro. You either squeeze them or not. But most of these people are respectful, man. My point. They're respectful, man. Once you disrespect them, it's a whole different ball game.
chapel here on Coffield. These are some of my co-workers.
God bless you guys.
Let them introduce themselves.
Juan Ballesteros, man of peace, also a gatekeeper here.
What's a gatekeeper?
Gatekeeper is we talk to the guys when they first come in the unit, so we help them kind of transition into the new area, the environment that they're coming into. So yeah, we're kind of one of the first guys that they meet. So
And what is this unit known for?
well, back in the day, it was like rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Right? So it was really going down with gangs and all that.
To give you an idea of what we are walking into, let's give you some insights on the history of violence here at the Coffield unit. In September of 2023, an inmate at Coffield unit stabbed a guard. After he was restrained, the inmate was severely beaten by guards and hospitalized. 13 guards resigned or were fired shortly after. For a prison facing staffing shortages, incidents like this put further pressure on the guards. Also in September of 2023, Billy Chamirmir, killer of 20
Your enemies are most likely not the ones you need to worry about, bro. It's the guards, bro. The guards you up. Like, no way, bro. They don't understand how grimy these fools are, bro. Have the power to do whatever they want to you, bro. Literally. For real, for real. Think about it.
22 women died at the hands of a cellmate. And if you read the accounts written by inmates on prisonwriters.com, you'll see countless stories
And the same goes for the guard, too, bro. No matter what, nobody's untouchable in cells, bro. People are smart.
of men being stabbed, strangled, and extorted. So knowing full well the violence that lurked within these walls, my aim was to find the humanity within these men.
When I was there, it was a very violent, volatile environment. Violence is what set the standard. So I knew that my only method progress would be to instill the most fear in as many people as possible.
Well, I got a little life sentence, right?
sentence.
Been here 17 years. I was high on drugs, so drugs made me snatch a lady's purse, which gave me a life sentence. First time, second time down. First time was a DWI, 2-year sentence, and then they shot me with a life sentence 5 years later. I was in the
Bro, did you kill her, bro? Ain't no way they just give
10
you
years.
freaking 17 years on freaking snatching somebody's purse.
I was high on drugs, so drugs made me snatch a lady's purse, which gave me a life sentence. First time, second time down. First time was a DWI, 2-year sentence, and
You're not saying the whole case, bro. There's something you're not telling us, bro.
then they shot me with a life sentence 5 years later. I wasn't arrested, but I was rescued. So to me, that is a blessing.
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day one, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it's 100% free.
I'm locked up for possession with intent to deliver, and I've been locked up for about to be 16 years.
Organized crime to with murder, you know what I'm saying? One of my partners we went to go meet up to fight off inside this little parking lot or whatever, and in the midst of the fight supposed to happen, people started shooting, you know what I'm saying? Without saying something, you know.
I'm an ex-Mexican Mafia gang member. I spent almost 13 years with that family. I'm not proud to say, but I stabbed somebody 22 times.
Where were your parents in the picture?
Well, my dad he had his own.
I think these are all PC people. PC meaning where their life's at risk, per se, from other gang members and all that stuff. So they moved on from the gang life. They moved on from all that stuff. So I don't think they'll be in general population with like normal human beings. I don't think they'll let them interview them. It's too dangerous, I think. It's too much going on. I don't know.
Issues, and my mama was there. My mama got 7 kids. She had 7 kids by the time she was 28. So I can't fathom being a 28-year-old single parent with 7 kids.
It sounds impossible.
Yes, and then 6 boys. But I realized as a grown-up, you know, that, man, it was like borderline impossible for my mama to do that stuff on her own. You know what I'm saying?
I grew up with my mama and my granny, really, you know what I'm saying, and my aunties and stuff like that. But my daddy, he was here and there. So growing up, man, my mama really, she was there, like, we was into like the church or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But as I got older, I started getting kind of tired of it. So, but my mama always told me to like do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? Seeing for it's good and positive on me. But as I grew, I kind of got with the wrong crowd and I started seeing the money, the cars, the jewelry, you know, stuff like that, you know, typical neighborhood stuff, and things flourished into stuff that it wasn't supposed to be, which led me right here.
What message you have to the youth out there that are doing very risky things and they're not here yet, but they're on that path?
You gotta stop and think before you start doing, man, because it's gonna lead you in a bad situation, man. In prison, like, this is not what's up, you know what I'm saying? And if I could have thought back before what I did as a youngster, I would have did something differently, you know what I'm saying? So the same hood or the same people you doing it for, when you get here, not gonna be here.
What happened in your childhood and your upbringing that led to you becoming a killer?
So there's some things, man, that I've talked to.
That's a bold fucking statement, Tommy, bro. What the fuck?
Very few people about. I was molested as a child, and because of it, man, it made me be a very, very angry individual. And I found out some things about myself with that anger, man. I embraced that anger and I turned to it for everything. I wouldn't let nobody get close to me. Just pushed everybody away. That anger was just always there, and was quick to turn from anger to rage.
Is there any opportunities here for therapy or to talk through some of the things that you've seen in your life?
Well, I've talked to people who I know that are on the same page as I am, and changing and growing up in life. I've talked to them about these things. Some of them are shocked at, you know, the things that I talked to them about what's happened and, you know, where it led me.
My name is Kenneth Young, and I am the director at East Texas Hospitality House here in Tennessee Colony. What we do is we provide lodging and meals and encouragement to families who are visiting somebody who's incarcerated in the Tennessee Colony area. We have a gathering room in there, we have games, we have puzzles, we have places to sit, double beds with bunk beds, we've got different bedding arrangements for the different sizes of families.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they just need prayer and a hug, and to know that God's love is surrounding them, and they become part of our family when they come here. They mean more to us than just someone off the street because they become part of our lives.
I'm here visiting my brother Charles Bree.
Okay, and where are you from?
California.
And how did he end up all the way over here?
He got caught up.
He got caught up in some.
In Texas, it's crazy.
I don't feel the time he got was it didn't match the
it didn't match the crime.
A lot of people what they get for that crime. I feel that they railroaded him because of who the victim was and who the victim knew. The victim was related to the chief of police. They didn't even really give him a chance.
What was the crime and what was the time?
Murder, self-defense, and they gave him 50 years. They said he was guilty before they even said he was guilty. They said he was guilty 3 days before they even put the real motion, like, okay, you're guilty. Like,
no,
we are sacrificing, but it's a sacrifice that I don't mind.
It's because they railroaded my son, and you know, like, a crime was committed.
Yes.
But he was fighting for his life at the same time. Like, tell him that we love him, we praying for him. Charlie, you know I got you, baby.
Tell him keep his head up and, you know, just inspire others in there.
And what role does religion play in y'all's life?
Religion played the biggest role in my life because if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for my relationship with Jesus, then me and you wouldn't even be talking right now.
You're going to hear religion mentioned a lot in this episode, so for reference, we're talking to a group of guys who are involved in the Christian ministries within the prison.
I used to be on the other side, now I'm on best side. So our objective is to show them, remind them that, hey, brother, you might feel alone, but you're not alone. You might feel left out, but you're not left out. You might feel like nobody care about you, but we're here to show you that somebody do care about you.
Big thank you to the wardens and all the administration here. This is an unbelievable opportunity to talk to these gentlemen, to learn. I'm honored to be here. To wardens around the country, if you can invite us in, we'd love to come talk to you.
That's the thing about people, man. Somebody don't have good role models, like I was saying earlier, man. Some people don't have the way of a better vision. Some people look at their daily lives, they get stressed, they drink. A lot of stuff, bro, a lot of BS, bro, plays a part into their life. That's why religion is so important, bro, because we can't trust our own thoughts. Our own thoughts is our own thoughts is where has it led us, man? Where has our own thoughts led us? Nowhere good, right? Yeah, you might do something good here and there, but no matter what, you're always gonna live happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, because you don't feel fulfilled in your heart. You see what I'm saying? It's all knowledge, man. You gotta read the good book, and you gotta take it from other people. Hey, trust me, I struggle too, man. Everybody struggles, man. Everybody that comes to God is not perfect. Don't ever think they're gonna be perfect, bro. God uses the most broken people to come and preach to another person, to come and give knowledge to another person, bro. God uses the most broken people, and it's so beautiful, bro. It really is. Doesn't give an excuse, though. Doesn't give an excuse for you to do bad. We're sinners, and we're always gonna be sinners. But that's where self-control, discipline, reading the Bible, and His Word, that's where everything comes in. Because once we don't read the Word or hear the Word, we start going into our own thoughts again. And then the same cycle goes around. Trust me, man, I battle with everything too, man. I ain't perfect.
Your men, your people as well. It's a blessing to be here.
I like that shirt you got on.
I appreciate you.
Mainstream media. Rest in peace, mainstream media. I pray for these brothers. I pray for their families. But I pray you show them grace and mercy in that. Because your word tells us that if they visit the least of these, that they visit you.
We just prayed, and now we're moving on to the gym, because really the goal of this is to show people's life and story and situation and learn. I'm hoping we can do that in the gym, and maybe the warden feels a little better and we go other places too.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up let y'all brothers speak. Y'all can all say whatever, however, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever y'all wanna give about yourselves, about what y'all do, where y'all coming from. Then we're gonna have some of the peer influencers speak up a little bit, say what they do here on the unit, and then start doing a little bit of other things that we got involved for.
It's that fun, man. I think it'll be a good day.
Are we gonna get to eat the lunch here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the actual lunch?
You want to eat that? No, you don't want to eat that.
I want to try it.
You want to try it?
I want to try it.
All right, we'll take you. You want just regular?
I'll do a food review, yeah. The crab and the ribeye, please, okay?
The crab and the ribeye?
What's for dessert? Is there like a hot fudge sundae or something?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Bro, you're wrong for that, dog. You're wrong, dog. Dope. Hey, it might be a joke to you, bro, but these fools are stranded there, bro. Look at his face, too, bro. That one does not give a fuck, bro. Fucking tell me, bro.
Cheesecake?
Cheesecake. We got homemade cheesecake out of cookies.
What are your best recipes you got in here for making stuff?
I like to do a fish bowl. Summer sausages, jalapenos, pickles, the mackerel, original mackerel. Then I put sriracha mac, and I put a tuna. And some jalapeno
so that's
tuna.
when the fish come in later.
Is this the best survival game ever made?
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you see.
This is like a little thing for Glow that we do every Friday. And we're gonna do a little bit of performing, front line, and we're gonna do a little bit of rap.
I made the personal choice to become a better individual, to become a better man.
And I fell into the street life. You know, I succumbed to the elements of the street. If I was gonna be a gangster, I was gonna be the hardest gangster there ever was. I was involved at the highest level of criminality. For a homicide I did not do, I took the blame because I didn't, you know, snitch on nobody. You know, I finally realized that I needed to use my influence in a positive and productive way. I renounced my membership in the gang and just started doing positive things on my cell block. And I'm out here in the free world doing the same thing that I was doing in there, but out here modeling it.
I had no idea until about 10 minutes before that I was going to be going up to give a speech in front of the inmates. Not only was I nervous, but I wanted to say something that actually mattered to these guys. Here's what I came up with.
Hello fellas, how you guys doing today? So, my name is Tommy G.
Knowing that he scripts, he actually thinks about what he's about to say. I want to listen to this, man. I feel like this is going to be a good thing for me too, man.
I'm a documentary filmmaker, and I'm here today to talk to you guys, get your stories, hear about your life, hear your perspective. But I want to tell you 2 stories that might give you hope right now. There was a time in my life about 4 years ago, I hated my job, I hated where I was in life, I wasn't happy. What I did is I wrote a list, ideas that can change my life, and I just one by one started executing on them. One of them was a documentary film on a group in my hometown Milwaukee called the Kia Boys. I documented their life, what they do. The Kia Boys are a bunch of teenagers that will take your Kia if they can find it. And I knew this was my path to be a documentary filmmaker. So I just want you to have the hope that there's one little thing that can pivot and change your life and shift you into the path that you want to go. Another thing I want to say, one of my best friends on earth, when he was in his 20s, he robbed 6, 7, 8 banks in California. He served 10 years in California. He's been out for 20 years. He's a family man. He's a multi-millionaire. All right? And he's someone that I love a lot. Brothers, I'm excited to talk to you. I'm excited to interview you. Come up and say hi to me, and thank you for having me today. That's something I never expected to do, but I'm glad I did. When life serves you on a path, sometimes you just gotta run and take it, even if it feels a little scary. If there's something you need to pull the trigger on in your life, what are you waiting for?
If it feels scary, bro, it's the right path. Really think about it, bro.
Whatever y'all doing and whatever y'all dreaming about doing or whatever goals y'all making, bro, just don't give up, bro. I love y'all.
How many of us wanted to be famous when we were kids? Raise your hand. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would become famous for something I would regret later in life. I'm the very first person convicted for murder off of social media.
If you look up Tienda versus State, I'm the very first one convicted through the United States. Posting pictures of myself, but because I have gang-related tattoos, they were saying that I was staying in contact or recruiting gang members. And then somebody started talking to me negatively on social media, so I started talking negative back, and that led into incriminating myself.
It wasn't until a man came up to my cell one day and asked to pray for me. And you know what I did? The monster in me, I cussed this man out. F-bombs, the Lord names in vain. Come to find out, he was a unit chaplain. And as he's praying for me, I stop a mid-sentence to stop because he said that I would go back to population. I told him, I'm in SEG, how am I gonna go back to population? My God could do the impossible. Do you actually believe in your life God can do the impossible? Yeah. Not only did God restore my family, my mom came to see me. And it wasn't until she came to Coffield and I finally got to hug my mother after 5 years in a soft voice. She tells me like an angel, I'm so proud of you. God bless, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be taking the steps today. Thank you, gentlemen.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
It's pronounced Biberty. Biberty. Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
In just the last 7 days, 8,368 men have clicked the link on one of our ads that you've probably seen.
Usually after Saturday, you go to church. That's probably about the only thing that we got to look forward to on the weekend. Church services, unless they have an event like this that we can come to. But most of the time, you got to get laid in. You got to know somebody that'll put you in. Monday through Friday, well, it all depends on what you're doing for yourself. Either you get involved in school, spiritual-based classes, or you can just get stuck on the wing and do nothing.
What do a lot of the guys do here to pass time?
Me, I'm involved in spiritual-based classes. So right now, I'm involved in culinary arts class. So pretty much every day of the week, I'm involved in class.
So 2 questions that a lot of people in society are asking right now. Number 1 is, does prison rehabilitate people? And number 2 is it the job of prison to rehabilitate people?
Well, so I can say this.
The one place where the enemy works the hardest is when you're isolated. You need people, you need others to guide you, man. Sometimes it might not be the right guidance, and sometimes you know what I'm saying? It might be the wrong guidance from the enemy, right? That wants to lead you astray. But that's why you need to be in your word to discern from who needs to be in your life and who doesn't. And no matter what, bro, once you go to God, bro, and you tell him, hey, I don't want people bad in my life, bro, just be ready, bro, because he's going to remove him in a way that he will break you down and build you up, bro, in a way you would never think that you could freaking get out of, man. And that's where the enemy makes you think that you've lost. When he breaks you down and tries to mold you up into the human being that you're supposed to be, that God called you to be, bro. Trust me, it's hard. It's hard living for Jesus, man. When everybody of this world loves to, hey, I'm not better than nobody else. I still sin too. But the thing is, the thing that I choose to do is have discipline. Hey, I'm still, like I said, man, I still sin. I'm not better than nobody else, man. Because the things that I know I'm not supposed to do, I do anyways. So it's the same thing, man. I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm just saying we gotta find ways to help us not get back into the sin, and that's where God calls his people from, to help guide you. That's why you need to be in your word. The word is the most powerful thing because that's where the enemy likes to use scripture. He likes to use the Bible to say all this stuff about you, that you're bad, that you're too far gone, that you'll never be, that God will never love you, that all this stuff which makes you say, okay, well, F life, I'm gonna do whatever I wanna do. You know what I'm saying? That pridefulness. I'm gonna do whatever I wanna do. And I had that heart before too, man. I'm gonna just do whatever I wanna do. Trust me, the people that know me, man. But that's my point though, man. That's where God comes in and saves you. Saves all of us. As long as you let him in with your heart fully, trust me, man, your life will never be the same. And I put that on mine, bro. I put that on Jesus Christ. You feel me? If you ever feel like, man, I don't want to do no religious stuff, man, but if you ever feel like you're down really bad, man, and you feel like you can't do anything, man, right, or stuff like that, ask God to reveal himself to you. Cry, do all that stuff. Ask God to reveal himself to you and watch exactly how it works in your life, man. You might not like the answer, man, because it might be scary, man, but sometimes you gotta take that leap.
I did 14 years down here. I stepped out for about a year and a half. You know, it boils down to what the person wants to do. You know, I know before I left, I wrote down a bunch of things that I didn't want to do, and I guess I still desired to do those things. I still wanted to use drugs. You know, thanks to God, I came back with an 8-year sentence, and then this time, you know, my whole perception of prison has changed. To me, I see it as a school. You know, you have a lot of opportunities, so I'm taking advantage of every opportunity down here.
About there 8.5 years of solitary confinement.
8.5 years?
8.5 years solitary.
In a row?
In a row.
How did you survive that mentally?
Mentally, I read, I prayed, I worked out. I kept my mind focused. You know, don't get me wrong, I see people commit suicide, come out, get killed, get stabbed, you know, the whole 9 yards. But I seen it all, man. Himself, you name it.
When a prisoner is deemed too dangerous for the general population, they are sent to a place designed to isolate and contain, solitary confinement. Here, they are locked in a windowless cell, no larger than a parking space, for up to 23 hours a day. Their only reprieve each day is a brief hour for exercise alone in another cage. Days blur into weeks, weeks stretch into years, and some inmates endure this for decades. This raises an unsettling question. Does solitary confinement cross the line into inhumane punishment, or is this a necessary evil? What do you do with inmates who have relentlessly and brutally attacked fellow prisoners or guards? This is a question that we as a society are still figuring out.
Do you think that should be allowed to put a human in solitary confinement for 8 years?
No, I think that's humane because I believe people deserve a chance. Now, if they're a threat to everybody, yeah, I mean, I can see what they're talking about, you know, but I mean, they would have to be a real serial killer, like not.
Yeah, that goes with that's a psychological aspect. I did 5.5 years in set. You know, not everybody's mentally strong. You know, people are chemically imbalanced. You know, not everybody can deal with the solitude back there.
Have you eaten yet today?
No, not yet.
Normally is breakfast served earlier, you just didn't go?
Oh, yeah.
That man is lying, bro. I just played. I just played, dog.
Yeah, it's too early for me. Breakfast is approximately about, I'd say, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Breakfast is at 3 or 4 in the morning?
And it's not very filling. Well, just due to the schedule, because it's such a large unit, I would believe on other units, they probably serve at different times. But on Coffield, it used to be at 2 o'clock, believe it or not. So
in the morning.
In the morning. So
and then you go back to sleep.
And then you got to go back to sleep. And a lot of people have to get up and go to school and things of that nature there. So people are in general used to getting up around about 3 o'clock and starting our day then, and then we'll end up going to bed around about 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them. Bring them. Finish it. Bring them. Finish it. Go deep. Finish it. Bring them. Go deep.
How many push-ups you do today?
Larry,
Probably like 250, 300. That's just an exercise. But them right there, that's something different.
What's the most you've done in a day?
Oh, probably like 1,000. 100 sit-ups, 200 squats, something to keep it going.
We just want to say, man, we both from the Arlington, Texas, man. So shout out to Agtown, Texas, man.
Shout out to Ag, man.
You know what's crazy? Let me show you how good God is, man. We used to be enemies in the world.
Yeah, man.
Right? We literally used to beef with each other. Like, for real.
Try to kill each other out there.
But now look at God. You know what I'm saying? Now we doing ministry together.
So back in the day, you guys used to beef. Tell me about that.
Well, so we both got two different reasons why the beef started, which is funny. So the beef started from my perspective is because one of my partners who is dead now, rest in peace, Shot Merck, right? He got jumped on his side of town. So then me and my partners went to his side of town and we ended up jumping on his partners. And then to him, that was the birth of the beef.
When they jumped my people, they thought we jumped his people. I'm like, man, nah. So we really we clashed and started really killing each other for nothing, man.
How many people do you think died in this beef?
I know I had like 3 on my side.
Nobody from my side died, but I lost more homeboys to the system than I have to death.
And how far did each squad live away from each other?
Man, we went 10 minutes apart.
Yeah, we about 10 minutes.
What does it feel like now to have peace and love for each other?
I mean, it's good. I mean,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it make me think about all the life lost and
that
years wasted, only to conclude that we all right.
Yeah. Nah, for real. That's what it is.
The only reason we're in here today is because of this man here, Sambo. Tell the people your story.
Well, I did 30 years in prison for murder I didn't do, but God put it in my heart to come back to prison after doing 30 flat years.
Tell me about the innovative programs TDCJ is offering.
TDC offers a vast array of innovative programs. They offer the Field Minister program, they offer the Faith-Based Dorm program, they offer the Self-Harm program. TDCJ has put these programs in place, but they're all volunteers, so it's up to the offender to take advantage and to seize the opportunity and make the most of it, to acquire the tools that they need while they're incarcerated, so that way they can come out here to the free world and have the tools that they need to reenter back into society in its proper context.
So today I walk as a father, a husband, and a man of God. But my example is one so that I can give inspiration and motivation to the brothers that are locked up.
Tell me about your 11 years of administrative segregation.
It was a time of reflection and introspection. You know, I was there because the system couldn't control me because of my violent nature. But while I was in there, I had to sit back and realize that I had more value, more self-worth, that I was able to be more than just a TDCJ number, that I had the ability to give back, and God first.
Amen. Amen, brother. God first, G-O-D.
One big question we have to tackle is when is the right time to release someone back into society? How can we evaluate when someone has truly changed and is no longer a threat to safety? The U.S. Department of Justice ran a 24-state study and concluded that 82% of inmates were arrested at least once more within 10 years of release. But why is this? Environment, job opportunities, socioeconomics. I mean, we are talking about millions of men that are oftentimes locked up during what is supposed to be the most productive and fruitful years of their life. And it's a shame, but I have one idea that might help. Most of these guys are released from prison without a dollar to their name, so many return to the same ways to make money that got them locked up in the first place. What if instead of these guys working for free, like they do in Texas, or 9 cents an hour like they do in Illinois, what if we paid them a little bit more, so that when a man who has served and worked for 10 years gets out, he has a nest egg in which he can rent an apartment, pay for transportation, and buy the necessities he needs to exist in the free world. Maybe I'm just a pot-smoking hippie for saying this, but if the goal is to truly rehabilitate these men and make society better, then let's put our money where our mouth is.
How many people are in each cell?
2-man cells, man. These cells are so small. It's like a 6 by 9. You hear them? By 54.
You can't even fit 2 dogs.
Yeah, you can't. It's a cage.
You can't fit 2
So,
dogs.
what else do you have to think about living in a cell with another person?
Everything you do. You have to think about everything. You have to think about how loud you get up. If you're on top bunk, you can't step on the bottom bunk. You might wake him up. You have to think about everything. You can't drop things. You know what I'm saying? You got everything if you're respectful. You know what I'm saying?
What do you wish would change about the justice system?
I wish that they would really take an individual and look at the history that he has in his prison and the true change that he made. It's a lot of brothers in here that had committed crimes as kids and they're still in prison with too high sentences. And they've changed their lives. They done went to college. They done all type of things that get ignored, unfortunately.
By show of hands, who would say they grew up in poverty? Show of hands, how many of you had your father in your life growing up as a kid? How many of you didn't? Do you feel like that was a big reason why you chose the path you did, was a lack of a father?
Of course, of course.
My father was there. It was more so the attention. You know, I mean, I lived in the household with my dad, but he didn't show me that fatherly attention that I expected from my father. That's why I lacked that.
How many of you think in some way prison was actually a blessing for your life?
I'm here trying to pay the laws off.
Somebody called the doctor, because I'm sick of this. In my heart, it was blacker than some licorice. And just like cinnamon, it was hard to swallow. Yeah, my old lifestyle, it was hard to follow. But Christ came. My life changed. He renewed my mind, new mind frame, filled with the Spirit. That's how I maintain. Now I do everything in Jesus' name. But it took me to getting locked up to find freedom. Met Christ and I realized I really need him. Because like the children of Israel, I was lost people. Now I'm playing the role of Moses because I'm trying to lead them.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Hey, on Jesus Christ, on G-O-D, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, man. We out.